Hello, welcome back. In today's video, we would like to customize our marker size and edge colors. Here is the function that we want to plot. So y equals sine of x. For each x from 0 to 10 with these customizable features. We would like to have circular markers with the size of 8, edge color to be black with the width of 1.5. So far we learned how to use the Python to import the Matplot and NumPy libraries. And here is how we are going to generate the values for the variable x using the linspace from the starting point 0 to the ending point 10, and we would like to have 20 points in this array. And here is the implementation of our function y equals the sine of x, and we are using the NumPy library to write it down. Now it's the time to plot our figure and our function, let's say. We use the plot function. For the horizontal line, we are having x. For the vertical line, we are having y. The marker, as it was discussed, we would like to have a circular marker and we need to use O. So we are having the marker O. We said that the size of the marker was supposed to be 8, so we are having this keyword marker size and we put it to be 8. Then we are having marker edge color to be black. Then we are having marker edge width to be 1.5. So this is the edge width and this is the color of the edge that we chose. We would like to have solid lines, so we use one dash and we want it to be green. Okay, so this is the features that we want to have for our figure to plot our function. Then we are having the labeling of the horizontal axis, vertical axis, and sine wave with custom marker. This is the title of the figure, and this is the function that helps us to plot the figure. So we see here, this is the figure. So we are having the x-axis, y-axis, the title of the figure, as we are having it here. Then we see that x starts from 0 to 10. So from 0, you see from 0 to 10. And there are 20 points here on the figure, as you see, because we chose to have only 20 points. So if I increase this to 50, for example, and I run the code one more time, it will generate a new figure for us in which there are, instead of having 20 figures, we are going to have 50 figures. Instead of having 20 these dots here on the figure, we are going to have 50 data points. Okay, so these are now 50 data points as you see here, but I think 20 was okay. So let me go back to 20 and I run the code one more time. So I think it's not very much smooth, but it's okay for our example because we are going to emphasize on other things in this coding exercise. So the first thing is that we are having the marker to be O. So you see that the data points are shown as O. If I wanted to have, for example, cross, we could have X. So if I run, you see that it's now X, but we wanted it to be O. So O is this is the circular marker. Then we are having the size of the marker, which is 8. So you see that the marker, the data points are quite big. So if I put number 2 here, for example, we see that it's smaller. If we have number 4, it's a little bit bigger. And we can actually customize the size of the marker here. But we were asked to have a marker size of 8, so I'm going to leave it to be 8, but it's optional. It depends on you. So if you want to make it larger or smaller, you need to play with the marker size here. After that, you see that the marker edge color is black. So you see These parts are black. The edge part of each data point is black. You see there? So I can put it to be, for example, any color. We can put it to be red, for example. If I put it red, it's easier to see it, to trace it. So you see that it's red, or we can have even green. So if it's green, it's even not identical, the edge and the point. So because they are having the same color. But we were told to have the edge color of black. So I will keep it to be black, but just keep that in mind. If you were working with the edge color, you can use the marker edge color keyword to assign any color that you think that it is good for your figure. Then we are going to talk about the edge width. So the edge width here, you see it's 1.5. If I make it larger, so if I put, for example, 4, here you see that it's a thicker. You see the edge width, it's thicker now. So if I put 3, for example, you see it's not that thick anymore. If I put 1, I can see, okay, now it's very nice. But we were asked to have 1.5 for the marker edge width, so I leave it as it is now. But just keep that in mind if you want to modify this and you want to customize it, you need to use marker edge width here. Then we are having the line style. We wanted a solid line. We are having a solid line. And we learned that if we want to have, for example, a dashed line, we're going to have 2 dashes. So it will be dash line, or we could have, for example, dotted line. Here it's my dotted line, or we could have a dash dot uh, line. So this is the dash dot line, but I'm going to leave it to be solid because it's nice, I think. It's nice. And finally, we are going to have the color. So the color of the figure is green. So if I want, I can have it to be red, for example. It depends on us. Whatever we want, we can go for it. So I will leave it to be green also. So I run the code one more time. Okay. So in this example, we learned how to discuss the marker size, edge color, and edge width. And we use all of them here in our example. For example, here we were discussing the marker, then the marker size, then the marker edge color, which was black, marker edge width, and line style. We learned it already, and the color as well. Thank you for watching.